For 2,000 years, the Bible has shaped the world, but what if the version you know is incomplete? Why were some books banned? What secrets were erased? And what shocking discoveries could rewrite everything you believe? Stick with me until the end, because what you'll uncover might change your view of history, faith, and even yourself forever. If you want more content that reveals the truth behind the surface, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, this is just the beginning. Section 1. The Lost Books of the Bible. Fact 1. Imagine this. They're a book that claims angels taught humans forbidden knowledge like how to make weapons and cast spells. It's called the Book of Enoch, and it was so controversial, it was banned from the Bible. Why? Because it exposed secrets about the spiritual realm that some believed humanity was not ready to handle. But that is not the only book they did not want you to read. Later, we will uncover a text that suggests salvation does not come through the church at all. Stay tuned, it will blow your mind. Fact 2. Then there is the Gospel of Thomas, which reveals a shocking idea, that heaven is not a physical place, but a state of mind. This teaching threatened the church control over people's spiritual lives. So, they buried it literally. We'll uncover more about this as we dive deeper into the secrets of early Christianity. Section 2. Shocking mistranslations. Fact 3. Here is something that will make you question everything. The word Lucifer, often used to describe Satan, does not even refer to the devil in the original texts. It actually means morning star and was a poetic term for Venus. The connection to Satan came centuries later, and yet it has shaped theology ever since. What else have we been misled about? Let's keep going. Later, we will discuss a translation error that completely changed how people understand Jesus' birth. Don't miss it. Fact 4. Even the phrase "the love of money is the root of all evil" is not accurate. In the original Greek, it is "the love of silver is the root of all kinds of evil." A small change, but one that shifts the meaning entirely. What else was changed to fit an agenda? Keep watching to find out. Section 3. Jesus, the revolutionary leader. Fact 5. Jesus is often portrayed as a peaceful savior, but historical evidence suggests he was a revolutionary. His call for the kingdom of God was not just spiritual, it was a political challenge to the Roman Empire. Could this be why he was seen as such a threat? And later, we will dive into a shocking theory about Jesus' relationship with Mary Magdalene. Was there more to their connection than we've been told? You do not want to miss this. Fact 6. Here is another surprise. The Gospel of Philip refers to Mary Magdalene as Jesus' companion and says he loved her more than the other disciples. Some believe this hints at a deeper bond, possibly even marriage. But why would the church hide this? Because it challenged their male-dominated authority structure. Section 4. Archaeology that challenges the Bible. Fact 7. For centuries, people have tried to prove the story of the Exodus, where Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. But here is the shocking truth. Archaeologists have found little to no evidence that this event ever happened on the scale described in the Bible. Was it all symbolic? Coming up, we will explore how a mysterious tablet from the 1990s could change what we know about King David himself. Fact 8. Even King David, one of the Bible's greatest heroes, was considered a myth by many historians until a stone tablet was uncovered mentioning the house of David. But even this discovery raises questions: how much of his story is fact, and how much is legend? Section 5, Women in Early Christianity. Fact 9. Mary Magdalene is often seen as a repentant sinner, but did you know that story was invented centuries later? The early church rebranded her as a prostitute to diminish her influence. In reality, she was one of Jesus' closest followers and possibly a leader in the early Christian movement. And it's not just Mary Magdalene. We'll reveal later how women held powerful roles in the early church and how their contributions were erased from history. Fact 10. Hidden inscriptions and ancient writings prove that women were deacons, priests, and even bishops in early Christianity. But as the church grew, male leaders systematically erased their roles to consolidate power. What else has been hidden from us? Section 6, End Times and Misinterpretations. Fact 11. The book of Revelation is one of the most misunderstood parts of the Bible. Most people think it is a prophecy about the future, but many scholars believe it was actually written as a coded critique of the Roman Empire. The beast with 7 heads, likely a symbol of Rome's 7 hills. The number 666. A reference to Emperor Nero. This changes everything. And if you have ever heard of the rapture, here's the kicker: it not even in the Bible. We'll expose where that idea really came from next. Fact 12. The concept of the rapture, a sudden disappearance of believers, is not biblical at all. It was invented in the 19th century by preacher John Darby, yet millions believe it's central to Christian theology. How did this idea take hold, and what does it say about how the Bible is interpreted? Fact 13. Did you know the Bible contains coded messages that many scholars believe were intentionally placed there? For instance, the numerical patterns in the book of Genesis are believed to have symbolic meanings tied to creation. Some even claim the number 7 represents divine completeness, while patterns of 3 represent divine intervention. Fact 14. One of the most mysterious prophecies is the prediction of the Messiah. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, a passage describes a figure who will come to save humanity, but here is the twist: this figure does not fully align with the Jesus we know from the New Testament. Could this be a different Savior entirely? Later, we will explore how modern AI technology is being used to analyze the Bible for hidden codes. What they have found will blow your mind. Section 7, How History Shaped the Bible. Fact 15. What if the Bible was not just divinely inspired but also politically edited? During the reign of Constantine, the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity, the Bible was heavily edited to align with the empire goals. The Council of Nicaea decided which books stayed and which were banned. For instance, they kept texts that emphasized obedience and loyalty to authority while rejecting others that questioned power structures. Fact 16. There is also evidence that the concept of hell, as a fiery place of eternal torment, was popularized during this period to control the masses. The idea was not as central in early Jewish texts or even the teachings of Jesus. So, where did it really come from? But what if I told you the Bible has also predicted events that came true centuries later? Do not go anywhere, because the next section dives into prophecies that might reveal the future. Section 8, Prophecies that Came True. Fact 17. The Bible contains prophecies that eerily align with historical events. Take the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD, which was foretold in the book of Daniel and later by Jesus himself. Roman armies burned the city to the ground, fulfilling these ancient predictions. Was it coincidence, or something more? Fact 18. Another striking example is the rise and fall of empires. In the book of Daniel, the vision of a giant statue made of gold, silver, bronze, and iron symbolized the succession of empires. Scholars have linked this to Babylon, Persia, Greece, and Rome, accurately describing events centuries before they happened. But the Bible also contains cryptic messages about the future. Could it be warning us about events still to come? Let's dig deeper. Section 9. Could the Bible predict the future? Fact 19. The book of Revelation describes strange events, plagues, earthquakes, and wars that sound eerily like modern-day challenges. Some believe it predicts climate change, pandemics, and even global political shifts. One chilling example is the four horsemen of the apocalypse, which some interpret as representing war, famine, disease, and economic collapse. Are these warnings, or just coincidences? Fact 20. Technology is now being used to analyze the Bible for hidden codes. One fascinating theory is the Bible code, which claims to find encrypted messages within the text. Using computers, researchers claim to have found references to major events like World War II and the assassination of John F. Kennedy, encoded in the ancient Hebrew text. Could this mean the Bible contains a roadmap to the future? Before you go, let's talk about the biggest mystery of all. What happened to Jesus after his resurrection? The answer might surprise you. Section 10. The missing years of Jesus. Fact 21. The Bible tells us about Jesus' birth, a few childhood events, and then jumps straight to his ministry at age 30. But what about the 18 missing years? Some theories suggest he traveled to India and studied under spiritual masters there. Others claim he worked as a carpenter and lived a simple life in Galilee. But the truth remains one of the greatest mysteries of Christianity. Fact 22. Even after the resurrection, the Bible leaves gaps. Jesus appeared to his disciples, but what happened next? Some early texts suggest he stayed longer on earth than commonly believed, while others claim he ascended and promised to return. But where is the evidence for this second coming? Could it be hidden in plain sight? Section 11. The Bible Numerical Secrets. Fact 23. Numbers play a huge role in the Bible, and many of them carry deeper meanings. For example, the number 40 is repeated often. 40 days of rain in Noah's story, 40 years in the wilderness, and Jesus fasting for 40 days. Scholars believe this number represents a period of testing and preparation. But why is it used so consistently? Could it point to a divine pattern? Fact 24. Another fascinating number is 12, representing the 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples, and even the 12 gates of heaven in Revelation. What more, some believe these numbers align with the 12 months of the year or the 12 constellations in the zodiac. Was this intentional or just a coincidence? But there is one number more mysterious than all others: 666. What does it really mean? Stick around to find out. Section 12. The Bible Connection to Modern Science. Fact 25. The Bible describes certain phenomena that align with modern scientific discoveries. For example, Job 26 verse 7 says, "He hangs the earth on nothing," a statement made thousands of years before humanity understood space and gravity. How could this have been known in ancient times? Fact 26. Another example is the hydrological cycle. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 7 describes rivers flowing into the sea and the water returning to the source, reflecting the process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation centuries before science confirmed it. These are the questions that could shake everything we think we know. The more we dig, the more we find, and the more we realize how much we have yet to uncover. Stick with us on this journey because the truth is bigger than any of us. Section 13, Jesus' miracles, supernatural or scientific. Fact 27, one of Jesus' most famous miracles was turning water into wine. But here is a question: could this have been a supernatural act, or might there be a scientific explanation? Some scholars believe Jesus' miracles were not only signs of divine power but also carefully chosen to reflect deeper spiritual truths about transformation and abundance. Fact 28, what about Jesus walking on water? Researchers have suggested everything from an optical illusion caused by ice formations to supernatural intervention. Whether natural or divine, these moments changed history and inspired billions. But Jesus' miracles were only the beginning. What if I told you his teachings contain hidden codes meant for the modern world? Keep watching to discover what they reveal. Section 14, Lost Books of the Bible. Fact 29, the Bible we know today is not the whole story. Did you know there are dozens of ancient texts, like the Book of Enoch and the Gospel of Thomas, that were excluded from the Bible? These writings contain details about angels, the afterlife, and even cryptic sayings of Jesus. Why were they left out? Fact 30, one of the most mysterious texts is the Book of Jubilees, which provides an alternate timeline of creation. It claims that key biblical figures like Adam and Eve had far longer lifespans than we're told in Genesis. Could these books hold the missing pieces to biblical history? But what if these banned books were hidden on purpose? Stay with us as we dive deeper into this controversial topic. Section 15, the Bible and the End Times. Fact 31, the Bible apocalyptic writings have fascinated readers for centuries, but could they actually be describing our future? Revelation speaks of wars, natural disasters, and a global leader who will bring peace before chaos erupts. Some believe these prophecies align with modern events, from political unrest to climate change. Fact 32, one of the most mysterious symbols in Revelation is the mark of the beast, often interpreted as 666. While many associate it with financial control or technology, others believe it symbolizes deeper spiritual truths about loyalty and worship. Could we be closer to fulfilling this prophecy than we think? But here's the question that might change everything: are we living in the end times? Let's uncover the clues hidden in plain sight. Section 16, Unlocking the Secrets of the Resurrection. Fact 33, the resurrection of Jesus is the cornerstone of Christianity, but how do we explain it? Many skeptics claim it was symbolic, while believers point to historical evidence of the empty tomb and eyewitness accounts. Could it be both a spiritual and physical event? Fact 34, some early Christian writings suggest Jesus appeared in a different form after his resurrection. Was this a vision, or could it reveal something deeper about the nature of God and eternity? And the ultimate question remains: what does the resurrection mean for us today? Comment your thoughts below as we continue exploring the greatest mystery of all time. Section 17, the Tower of Babel, a portal to heaven. Fact 35, the story of the Tower of Babel in Genesis tells us about humanity's attempt to reach the heavens by building a massive tower. But here is the twist. Some ancient interpretations suggest this was not just a physical tower, it might have been a metaphor for advanced technology or even a gateway to another realm. Could the people of Babel have tapped into something beyond human understanding? Fact 36. Interestingly, after God confused their language, the people scattered across the earth. Some historians link this story to the sudden emergence of different civilizations and languages around the same time. Could this be evidence of divine intervention shaping human history? But what happened to the ruins of the Tower of Babel, and could the idea of a stairway to heaven have a deeper meaning? Let us explore. Section 18. The Mystery of Melchizedek. Fact 37. Melchizedek is one of the most enigmatic figures in the Bible. He appears in Genesis as a priest and king, blessing Abraham with bread and wine. But here is what fascinating: Melchizedek has no genealogy, no beginning or end, and is described as a priest forever. Some scholars believe he could be a divine figure, possibly even a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus. Fact 38. The New Testament compares Jesus to Melchizedek, suggesting their priesthood is eternal. Could Melchizedek's story hold the key to understanding Jesus' divine mission, and why does the Bible reveal so little about him? Stick around, because the parallels between Melchizedek and Jesus might change how you see the Bible's hidden connections. Section 19. The Bible and Extraterrestrial Theories. Fact 39. Some believe the Bible contains references to beings from beyond Earth. For instance, Ezekiel's vision of a wheel within a wheel in the sky has been interpreted by some as a description of a UFO. While others see it as a divine vision, the details, bright lights, spinning wheels, and creatures with multiple faces sound remarkably futuristic. Fact 40. In Genesis, the sons of God are said to have come down to earth and had children with human women, creating a race of giants known as the Nephilim. Could this be a reference to extraterrestrial beings influencing early humanity, or is it a metaphor for something else entirely? But if the Bible contains clues about otherworldly beings, what does this mean for faith and our understanding of creation? The next section will blow your mind. Section 20. The Mark of the Beast, Technology and Control. Fact 41. The Book of Revelation warns about the mark of the beast, which no one will be able to buy or sell without. Many have speculated this could refer to microchips, digital currency, or even biometric data. With modern technology advancing rapidly, are we closer to fulfilling this prophecy than we realize? Fact 42. Some scholars believe the mark of the beast is less about physical technology and more about a spiritual mark symbolizing loyalty to worldly systems instead of God. But with today's surveillance and control systems, the parallels are hard to ignore. Could this prophecy already be unfolding before our eyes? Let's uncover the truth. Section 21. The Bible Role in Archaeology. Fact 43. Did you know that many archaeological discoveries were made by following the Bible? For instance, the ancient city of Jericho was unearthed in the 20th century, and its collapsed walls aligned with the biblical account of Joshua's conquest. Could this be proof that the Bible is more than just a spiritual book, it's also a historical record? Fact 44. One of the most incredible discoveries is the Pool of Siloam in Jerusalem, where Jesus healed a blind man. Long thought to be a myth, this site was rediscovered by archaeologists in 2004, proving the Bible's accuracy yet again. But what about the Ark of the Covenant? Could this sacred object still exist today? Stay tuned for what might be the biggest discovery yet. We have barely scratched the surface of the secrets hidden in the Bible. From lost books to mistranslations and buried truths, the story of faith is more complex and more fascinating than we have ever been told. If you want to uncover even more mysteries, subscribe to this channel right now. Do not just follow the story everyone else knows, discover the truth for yourself. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and leave a comment below, which of these secrets shocked you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.